Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Danielle. So today is December 2nd and we are moving in a couple days. And I know I've been MIA, I haven't uploaded in a while and I have not been consistent. And that's just because I have a newborn. She is 7 weeks old and it's kind of been an adjustment to get into the swing of things in the middle of moving. I kind of have just been overwhelmed. I'm one of those people that when I have a lot to do, I don't know where to start, and it's like I kind of half start everything and then I don't ever finish, and then I get even more overwhelmed. So that's kind of where my life is at lately. But I wanted just to update you guys kind of where I've been and how life has been with a newborn. I realize that a lot of people have watched my videos throughout my pregnancy, and I don't keep up with that, or I didn't realize. I kind of just upload these videos just to talk. I don't have a lot of friends in real life that I talk to. I mean, I have a few, but like sometimes you just have a lot to get off your chest or whatever. Not everybody wants to hear your life story, but I don't know, it sounds really bad. I'm not going to edit any of this out, so if I sound dumb, excuse me, I'm not going to cut it out. But yeah, so sometimes I just make these videos just to chat, just to talk, just to update whoever wants to listen. And yeah, so like I said, I had my baby. She is 7 weeks old. Sorry, my landlord just texted me because we are moving, like I said. She is 7 weeks old. She was 7 pounds 2 ounces. The last time we got her weighed was when she was 4 weeks old, and at that point she weighed 10 pounds, so she had gained about 3 pounds. Now she's already in 3-month clothes. Like 3-month clothes fit her perfect and snug. So she's growing really fast because she's not even 2 months old yet, and she's already in 3-month clothes. Like her newborn clothes, she outgrew. I mean, there's some things that she can still squeeze into, maybe like the little onesies, like the shirts, but not like the pajamas or anything with like long sleeves. Like she's just growing like a weed. I want time to slow down because I don't want her to grow so fast. Like everybody already tells you, oh, enjoy them when they're little. And I know that. I know how quickly time flies, and it makes me so sad because I know in an instant she's going to be so grown, just because I think back to like my siblings, and the youngest 2 are already 14 and they're freshmen in high school. And I remember when they were babies and I took care of them, and I remember visiting when I lived in Texas, coming here to California and like crying because they were getting so old. They were already 3 years old. And I remember telling them like, never grow up, or, things like that. So I know how quickly time flies. So I'm just trying to enjoy every moment with my baby. She's asleep right now, and I'm about to go get myself some coffee because I have to pack. I have a lot to do. So let me just give you a little bit of backstory, like what happened when I got home from the hospital and how she's been. So I did a video as far as like my aftercare, or what I recommend after having the baby, and what you should take to the hospital, even if they say they provide it, just because my care after I had the baby at the hospital was kind of shitty. But when I came home, or one thing I forgot to include, which may be TMI, but they do make you have a bowel movement. If you have a C-section, they make you take it before you leave the hospital, but they didn't make me take one before I left the hospital. So I hadn't had a bowel movement in a couple days, and the first one literally was the worst experience of my life. It literally hurt so bad. It felt as bad as labor. No joke. When I'm talking about labor without the epidural, like that's how, like the pain, oh my gosh. So be prepared for that when you come home, or whenever you have to do that. So that was that. But baby girl overall, she's such a good baby. She does not cry. The only time I've heard her cry is if you're ignoring her signals. Like she is so good, because we have a neighbor and they have a baby, and their baby is very, I don't know if it's colicky or what, but there's no way that baby can be soothed. I hear that baby crying all night and day, like at all hours of the night and for long periods. And I'm so blessed that my baby is a good baby. Ew, there's like a dead mosquito on my windshield. Anyways, so she's not a crybaby. So, not a crybaby, that sounds really rude, but she doesn't cry. She's really, really good. So the only thing with her is her schedule is backwards. So when I was pregnant, I was a night owl. I mean, I've always been a night owl. I've always been one to stay up really late and sleep all day. That's just, my schedule is totally backwards. I've always been that way. Even when I was at work, I would stay up way later than I needed to be staying up, and I hate waking up early in the morning. And so baby girl, when I was pregnant, was the same way. She's a night owl. She would be kicking me all night. I would wake up sometimes, not wake up, but like get out of bed and go eat in the middle of the night or whatever, because she was awake. So I was awake. So most days I was staying up until 5 in the morning and then sleeping all day. The thing about having a newborn is that you don't get to sleep all day. So if I'm up all night, I still have to wake up, because she's waking up right now every 3 hours for her bottle, which is fine. But it's like, it gets dark super early now, so I feel super unproductive. And like I said, we have to move in a couple days. So I don't know. And my husband's been home, and which is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because since he's been home, I kind of have not been productive at all. Like, I feel like I get more done. Sorry, I feel like something's in my eye. I feel like I get more done when he's away or when he's at work. Like, I need to get into my own swing of things without him being around, if that makes any sense. Which, he's on night shift, so he's going to be around all day. I mean, he'll be sleeping, but I don't know. I feel like I need to get into the swing of things, and I haven't been able to establish like my own schedule yet, because like I said, we are moving, so I am not that comfortable. Plus my husband's been home, so I haven't had a real routine. It's kind of like, when she wants to wake up, she wakes up. When she wants to sleep, she sleeps. She had a few good nights where she was going to sleep around like 11 p.m. and waking up every 3 hours for her bottle, but like just, making a little noise. I give her bottle and she goes back to sleep. No big deal. The last couple nights, it's not been that way. She's been awake like from 11 p.m. to like 5 a.m. and not sleeping. And I have the little owlet foot monitor, which I'll get into that as well. And it says like her sleep quality between 11 to 6 a.m. Horrible. She's just up, and so I'm up, and it makes it worse because I think she's dozing off, so then I start getting lazy and start dozing off, and then she wakes up and now I'm even more tired. So it's like, if I was just awake, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be awake, she's awake, and that's just what it is, I wouldn't make myself more tired. But the fact that like I start dozing off when I think she's going to sleep, it just totally screws me up. So I'll be glad once we move, we're settled, and I get into a routine, because then Hector goes back to work. And yeah, because like I said, it's just kind of been crazy with her. Her sleep schedule has been crazy. And then I let Hector sleep, which is so dumb. I should let him take care of her during the nighttime, because he's going to have to be up in the nighttime anyways, like with work. But I let him sleep. So then I go to sleep at like 6 a.m. and he usually takes her at whatever time he wakes up, because like I said, she'll sleep for 3-hour increments. But then I feel like I'm sleeping all day, which it's the same hours as she's sleeping, but I don't know. It's a lot. Okay. Sorry if I'm rambling about sleep schedules, but if you're a new mom, you'll totally understand that sleep is like crazy. Another thing that, when we brought her home from the hospital, they told me not to breastfeed her. So I was pumping and giving her formula because she had jaundice. So they wanted us to track how much she was eating to kind of like flush it out of her system. That's how they explained it. So by doing that, by like pumping and formula feeding, the formula she was on, she didn't like it. Her stomach was getting very bloated and she was definitely constipated. So the doctor says she can go up to like 5 days without pooping and it's not like a problem. But it's a problem for me because I can see that she's uncomfortable and she doesn't cry. And I think in these cases, this is when babies would cry because there's just so much like discomfort. If you haven't took a crap in like 5 days, like you'd be uncomfortable too. So yeah, so the formula that she was on was just the basic Infamil. She did not like it. So we ended up switching her to the doctor gave us samples of Infamil Gentlies. No, not of Gentlies, of Reguline. And so we did every other feeding with regular Infamil, then Infamil Reguline, because Reguline makes them go. And I read a lot of reviews that like not to use it as like the sole formula because it makes them go too much. So we did every other feeding, and then she finally had a bowel movement, which was like fantastic. It's crazy. As soon as you become a parent, like talking about poop is like such a normal thing. It's crazy. So, yeah, so then she finally went, but, like I said, the regular Enfamil, like it was dumb to buy 2 different kinds. So we ended up just switching her to the Enfamil Gentlies, and she's been on Gentlies. One of our friends' daughters is on Gentlies, and, sorry, my lip is like pilling. Sorry, my lips are chapped. That was probably disgusting, but, so one of our friend's daughters is on Gentlies and has done really well. So then we switched her to Gentlies, and she's been doing really well. So if you have a formula fed baby and like you can see that they're very uncomfortable with like just the basic Enfamil, try Gentlies or Reguline to like help regulate them. Other than that, she's been really, really good. She hasn't got her second shot, her set of shots yet, the ones that she gets like at 2 months old or 8 weeks old. Her appointment's not until the 16th. I guess they have to wait 2 months from when they get their first shot. So they usually get a shot in the hospital. I forget what it's for. I totally forget what it's for, but they usually give her 1 shot in the hospital. They were not able to give it to her, so we had to wait till her like they saw her, I think, once the jaundice went away, and then they gave her a shot. So they have to wait 2 full months before they can give her like her set of shots after that. So that appointment is coming up on December 16th, which we're moving over an hour away from here, so I'm gonna have to find her another pediatrician or just take the drive. I'm not too sure exactly what we're going to do. So to the Owlette. So the Owlette is a little foot monitor that monitors their heart rate and their breathing while they sleep. And I ended up purchasing one. We got ours off of OfferUp because they do retail for about $300. The cheapest that they go on sale in store is about $199, so $200. And I was willing to pay that, but one of our cousins, my husband's cousin, said that she got hers off of OfferUp, so we found one for like $100 on OfferUp. And the reason why we bought that is because I got really, really bad anxiety. I get really bad anxiety where I'm scared that something's going to happen to her in the middle of the night, and I wake up. I mean, before I was like just pulling all-nighters, just waiting for Hector to wake up in general. I wouldn't sleep if Hector was sleeping. I would just stay up, and that's just what it is. But now that I have the Owlette, I feel a little bit more comfortable going to sleep. If she wants to sleep, of course. But yeah, I was not sleeping while Hector was asleep. I couldn't sleep because I would get really bad anxiety that something was going to happen to her. Just because you hear about people, I have people, or I know of people who lost their baby to SID, sudden infant death syndrome. So I will freak myself out. I am one who gets anxiety as it is, but I've learned to kind of like talk my way out of, talk myself down basically. But with the baby sleeping, I couldn't talk myself down. I couldn't just go to sleep. I couldn't relax. If I did doze off, I would wake up like in a panic, and it was just, it's not okay. I talked to the doctor about it, and she's like, maybe you should, see somebody about it, because she knows that like I had anxiety before. And so she's like, maybe you should talk to somebody. Like, these feelings that you're feeling, they're completely normal. Like, she gave me an example, like your baby grew in you, without you having to tell her what to do. So she'll know what to, like, she'll be fine. Like, she knows whatever. She's trying to like talk me out of it, but it's really hard. So she just said to see somebody. I have not seen anybody yet about my anxiety or talked to anybody about it, because like I said, we are moving. But the Owlette has definitely given me peace of mind, and I like it. I know I read some reviews that were back and forth. It has a lot of good reviews, but I have read some reviews that like don't recommend it, or said that theirs was faulty, or this, that, and the other. The only thing that happened was actually today is the baby kicked it off. So the light turned yellow, and like it kind of beeped and woke me up. I think it like did music and it woke me up, and that's because she kicked it off. But that was the first time that that's ever happened where it's been kicked off of her foot because it wraps around. But I was already like lightly sleeping and I can hear her moving. So like it was fine with me, where it didn't freak me out or anything. So if you are somebody like me who gets a lot of anxiety, and I definitely recommend it, but I mean, try to find it at a discounted price. Try to look at like Facebook Marketplace, try to look on OfferUp or Poshmark or Mercari or any of those, you know, resale sites, because some people, they're brand new, say like they registered for it and they got 2 of the same item and they're just trying to get rid of it. I made sure that we got a brand new sealed package because I didn't want to buy a used one just in case it's faulty, then it would do me no good, you know. So that's that. I can't think of anything else that has been going on since we brought her home. I mean, she's just growing. I'm just trying to enjoy her. She has a crazy amount of hair and she's just so cute. And I just love her so much. When I brought her home from the hospital, I would literally just stare at her and just start crying, just like, because I was so just happy and complete. It's really true what they say, like, there's not a love, like, there's no love like a love for your child. It's just crazy. It's crazy to think that I'm a mom, because I never thought that I ever wanted kids before. And I don't know, it's the craziest thing. Like, my mom really traumatized me by saying, don't have kids. Like, obviously, because she was just a young mom and she didn't want me to be a young mom. But it's just, like, nothing compares. Like, nothing compares. Even though I have sleepless nights and, you know, things like that, I have to stay up all night with her, I wouldn't trade it in for the world. It's crazy, though, because I do miss being pregnant. Like, I feel like I just want to protect her. And like the other night I went, just like I'm going to go right now to go get coffee. And like, I don't want to leave her. Like, I miss her so much. Like, when I leave and she's with her dad, she's fine. She's asleep. But I feel so sad and I feel so guilty. Like, and like, you shouldn't feel that way. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty to go run and go get a coffee and, you know, whatever. But I do. And like, sometimes I wish I was still pregnant, because at least she is like with me and like protected. And I don't know, it's just like a crazy feeling that I don't know if I was ready to have her, as far as like ready to give up being pregnant, if that makes any sense. Like I love having her here, yes, but I also love having her inside my belly and just protected, and I can just take her everywhere with me and just cute. I don't know. I know that may sound like really weird, but I was definitely not done being pregnant in my head. But my nose keeps getting red because I'm just emotional. I'm so emotional. Oh, postpartum. Let me talk about something else real quick. I don't think I talked about it before. So I have lost 20 pounds of the weight that I gained during my pregnancy. So when I went into labor, I had gained a total of 35 pounds. Like that last week that I was pregnant, I was just eating and eating and eating. So I had gained like 5 pounds literally in the last week. So when I went into labor, I was 185 when I got to the hospital. And right now, when they weighed me at the doctor last, I was 163. My starting weight, I say it was 150 because I had gained a few pounds at the end of the year and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I was 150, okay? So I have to I'm still like, you know, a few pounds above my start, not more than a few pounds above my start weight, but it's okay. I know how to lose it, and I'm so ready to, like I said, get into a routine and start working out again. The doctor did release me to start working out. When I did go for my 6-week checkup, though, I did still have some stitches. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but I did have a 2nd-degree tear. So she did not really clear me to like do things with my husband. She said to wait another 2 weeks or whatever because I still had a couple of stitches. So that's fine. Because I'm scared to even do that, because having a baby is kind of like traumatizing. So I don't know if I'm ready to even do that. So the doctor said, wait, I'm gonna wait, and I'm fine with it. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's how things have been postpartum, my weight, the baby, and yeah. So if you have any questions, just let me know below, and hopefully once we move in, I'll be a little bit more consistent. I don't know what type of videos I'm going to be uploading now that I'm not pregnant. Because before my pregnancy videos, it was kind of just random story times. I would show you guys what I bought on Amazon, or reviewing a random product or whatever. That's just, I'm all over the place. So my channel, I don't know what direction it's going to be heading, but I'll be more consistent once I get settled in. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.